decent. You done messed me up to death with business. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the saints like this. Oh, I don't even know if I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm doing a refund. Cause I'm doing one of me. Hello. MEAC Media Day. MEAC Media Day. MEAC Media Day. MEAC Media Day. See, y'all are just being messy. Oh, Kobe over there talking that big boy talk. Look, this what Kobe basically, South Carolina State basically said for, if you guys want a basic summary of MEAC Media Day, this is how it went. Hockey. Look at you.
Hello. Welcome back to Lessons with Kobe. Today, we will be learning the term belt to ass in sign language. First, we're going to break it down. Stay with me. Belt to ass. One more time. Belt to ass. Together now. Belt to ass. And that concludes my lesson. See you next season.
What? What is happening? What? Okay. All right. Let me get back on there. Oh, you don't the internet. What? Look, the internet. No. It's just available because it's not connected to the internet. And why is it not connected, Braxton? It unconnects when you plug it up to the computer. Well, then it should say that it's plugged. Yeah, it says right there, but then you're connected to it. Okay, I'm so tired. Do y'all see us? Hello? Stop. Braxton, you're literally messing up my life. Don't do that. What's ghetto? You gonna make our stuff be ghetto. I don't want our stuff to be ghetto. Braxton, I'm gonna beat you. Why do you laugh like that? Braxton! Stop making fun of me. Give me fix our internet. Okay. Okay, no. Don't touch. It's back. Don't touch. Dang, why is everybody saying South Carolina State? Which team were you impressed by during MEAC Media Day? They already know we about to be messy tonight. That's why they said we're going to have a lot of technical difficulties. Okay. Number 1, South Carolina State. If you think that North Carolina Central was impressive today for MEAC Media Day, type in 2. If you think Delaware State was impressive, type in 3. And if you think it's another team, type in 4. It froze again. Or you could also do nobody. I don't know, baby. I don't know. Just make that face. MEAC Media Day was today. Jay, where have you been? Yes, it was today. Don't look at me. Thanks, Miss Shanetta, for becoming a member. Uh-oh, everybody's typing in 1 in the chat. 1. Let me hurry up and drop.
Okay, it's back. We're back.
We're back.
We're back. Which one is up? Cookies.
No, we're
Mom
not.
removes us from the stage.
Braxton, be quiet.
And now we're glitching.
I'm gonna glitch
Yo,
you
great.
in a minute.
Oh my gosh!
Stop screaming.
The cat and the dog.
This is so like production wise. I did all these little like nice little things, and it's just a hot mess. Hot mess. The hot mess is sponsored by Braxton.
And the mess is sponsored by. Oh, we're back.
You're just messy. That's all. Anyway.
Ooh.
Oh, Miss Shanetta. Ooh. You knew Russell don't never be here on time. He out here on time today because he knows we're gonna be talking about the South Carolina State Bulldogs with their 49 points and 5 first place votes. North Carolina Central has 42 points and 1 first place vote. Delaware State, not too far behind, 40 points, 2 first place votes. Morgan State has 25 points. Norfolk State is 18 points with 1 first place vote. Wow. And Howard is edging in with 15 points.
What's that noise? I have to take my back.
Yo, I actually like to sit down with the coaches. I wish we could do that. And is that I think, are you talking about the pivot excerpt? The pivot excerpt? I think you're talking about the pivot excerpt. Oh, here you go, Wick. And did. Please and thank you. All right. Let me drop this StreamYard. Okay. Brandy, have you dropped your top? I don't think Brandy's dropped her top 10 yet. I saw bits and pieces, but I didn't see like a collective top 10. So do you guys want to vote on the fashions, or how do you guys want to do that? Let me know in the comments what you want to do in terms of the fashions. We did it for SWAC Media Day, so we're going to do the same for MEAC Media Day. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Don't Play is speaking of the pivot excerpts. There are, if you did not have a chance to take a look at it, which I'm very surprised that they did it behind the ESPN paywall, just because pivot is on YouTube. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't nothing like having your own, y'all. Ain't nothing like having your own. I didn't do a full list either. Brandy, did you not have a full list? Or Kobe, yeah. So the pivot was like, if you had ESPN, you could watch it. Now they did have someone who posted some clips of it, which was interesting because pivot is on YouTube, so you would think that they would take advantage of that opportunity. Did I even drop the link? We have a lot to talk about. So we have MEAC Media Day. I have 12 student athletes that I want to go over, and basically I want to talk about the Gulf Coast offense and the Go-Go offense today.
The Go Power Rangers. Look.
Hell, they wouldn't even let us in the locker room to sit down. I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to compare and contrast SWAC Media Day to MEAC Media Day, but I think that there are some variations between the two, right? In terms of production, and it's interesting because both of them utilize ESPN for in terms of using Tiffany and Jay. Yeah. Uh-oh. All right. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find South Carolina State. Some drip. Came through dripping. Drip, drip. Came through dripping. Drip, drip. Drip, 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 drip. Drip, drip.
Can do dripping.
Drip, drip. Drip, 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 drip. All right. I'm going to pull this up for you guys to look at. I'm excited to see this year because I don't know if you guys knew this, but South Carolina State's offensive lineman actually went to Jackson State, I believe. That looks like that young man that used to go to
Jackson State. What?
Why are you going over there? Don't go over there. As many technical difficulties as we had. Please don't go over there. Please,
Okay.
I'm begging you.
Oh,
No, don't go anywhere. Just stay here with me.
stay here.
Stay with me.
Why I don't want you over there?
I don't want you to.
But you want me over here?
No, I don't want you to leave. I want you to stay over here.
Ow!
Stay right where you are. Let me show them this video with Miss Mac. I didn't see them. I was on the pivot. Maybe I looked at the wrong place. I was looking at Pivot Live. Why are you doing that? No, don't do it.
It's closed again.
Yeah, because you're messing me up.
You. Oh.
Mhm. Mm, mm. Wow. Oh, mercy. They don't even want you to. They don't even want you to see how South Carolina State is doing.
Me? What after me?
Only 5 people participated in the poll. Y'all are cruel. Listen, I know we don't usually cover the MEAC like that, but come on, y'all. They're like, let's talk about the SWAT. Taxes.
How's that fun?
Because they're not interested in talking about MEAC stuff. That's what.
Years.
It's the truth.
Where's me?
You're right here.
Oh. I mean, where am I now? Where's me?
All right.
Ow!
Uh-oh,
No,
there
not
we
my
go.
foot. My foot.
Thank you, Jesus. Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, how you feeling?
Ow. Ow, that hurt so bad.
Hey, Mr. Ford.
Hey, you doing good? How Brax doing?
Braxton, stop.
My foot got hurt so bad.
I need you to be quiet. Hang on just a second, Mr. Ford. How you doing, Mr. Ford?
I'm doing
Can you
good.
hear
I'm doing
me?
good. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just sitting here watching they're in the ninth inning. I think I'm watching the Atlanta Braves and the San Diego Padres.
Oh, okay. Did you watch MEAC Media Day, Mr. Ford?
You know I watched it. Okay, do you want me to start or what do you want me to do?
Please take over. Please take
Okay.
over. For the love of God, take
Okay.
over.
Well, let me just say this. You know, you were asking about what were we impressed with. I can tell you what I'm not impressed with. I'm not
Wait,
impressed with the couple.
can we put allegedly in the chat? Allegedly,
Yeah,
Mr.
put
Ford.
allegedly. Okay, what I'm not impressed with is the commissioner of the MEAC. It's obvious that she has no vision. She is totally incompetent. but I'm not going to get on her. The people that I'm so disappointed I'm very disappointed in the MEAC presidents who gave her that job. For 19 years, the MEAC presidents allowed Dr. Dennis Thomas to have that job, and he did absolutely nothing but collect a check. If he did have an accomplishment, it was that he came up with a new MEAC logo. You know, it's really sad that you got coaches like Chennis Berry, Trey Oliver, uh, Jackson, Vic, Wilson. Who else I'm missing?
Oliver.
Coach Chennis Berry. You got these men under Miss Steele, and that lady she is totally incompetent, visionless. Okay, but whose fault is it? It's the MEAC presidents. I mean, they are ridiculous. And I looked at that today, and I said, you know, I know middle school kids who could have put on a better MEAC media day than what I saw today. I mean, who came up with the idea of bringing in that, what you call them, the pivot? I didn't get it. I know we into celebrities. I've said it over and over. I know we black people and we worship celebrities. I know that. I get it. But they're pathetic. Okay, and I don't understand why
Oh man.
you would choose them over Tiffany and Jay. Now, somebody make me understand that. Y'all, somebody make me understand that. I know Jay gets on our nerve, but let me tell you something. Tiffany and Jay is 20 times better than that mess I saw today called the pivot. Okay? So, listen, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say what I've been telling y'all, and y'all going to see it. The best 3 teams in black college football are all in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Okay? The best 3 teams in black college football reside in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Now, if anybody got any questions, send them to me. Okay?
Kobe was there of Blitz City podcast. You know, he covers South Carolina State heavily, and I was able to see a very good interview with Coach Vic and also Coach Chennis Berry and the players. Kobe says that he didn't even get to see the folks enter the building, like to take pictures and stuff.
I just thought the whole thing today was so small time compared to what I saw on SWAC Media Day. I thought it was so small town. I mean, small time. Not only that, to me, because of, you know, everything starts at the top. Their bar is so low as far as excellence. You know, she made the statement today that they are the Black Ivy League. For real? Okay. Yeah. Well, like I said again, the people that I was very upset with today are the MEAC presidents. You allowed Dr. Dennis Thomas to stay in that position 19 years, and he did absolutely nothing but collect a check. And then you go and get one of his underlings who worked under him, didn't learn nothing, don't have no vision, and now she been on that conference 4 years. And then y'all get mad with me when I say the best thing the MEAC can do is merge into the SWAC. Because that's where the leadership at. Because I'm gonna say it again. They don't have no leadership in the MEAC. You got them big time coaches, and then you got this person over, she's the commissioner of this conference. That's ridiculous. And you know, the other thing I want to say, I need the men in the MEAC to step up. Y'all know that woman is incompetent. Why y'all gonna just go on with that? Why don't you go and get you a commissioner? And I guarantee you, the reason she got that job is some corruption going on, some kind of graft, some kind of grift going on. I guarantee you, I know it. Because that don't make no sense. They got any questions for me?
They asking where was the budget?
I don't know. I thought, listen, I'm going to say this again.
I think, you know, some of that stuff, though, it's just minor tweaks, right? So They did have the helmets, and then they had half bodies with the uniforms. They could have just did the full body. Go ahead. It doesn't matter that you see the SWAC doing it. Go ahead, because it's a nice touch. Having the full body uniforms. There's only 6 teams. They had them all on the same wall. So spreading it out, because you want to have the ability to have multiple. You have enough space. You only have 6 teams. So spreading it out. There's just little tweaks that could be done. I think, it was a nice venue. Kobe said they
I ain't got nothing to do with the venue. I'm just talking about the production. I'm talking about the person that's leading that conference. I'm talking about them presidents and what they doing to that conference, to those student athletes, to those schools. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. Now, somebody on here said I need to give South Carolina State credit for winning. They won the national championship. That was in 2025, bro. Wait a minute. That's is that Ron T? Ron T, this 2026, bro. Listen, when we were coaching, what we did the year before, we put that away. This a new year. And I'm going to say it again. The best 3 teams in black college football reside in the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
The games have to be played on the field, Mr. Ford.
Oh, it's coming. Listen, the 29th will be here soon. Baby, the rubber going to hit the road.
Time will tell.
Yeah, it'll be here.
I think one thing that was interesting
Lord
to hear
willing,
is that
August 29th will get here.
All of the teams had a high turnover, 50 to 60 new incoming players, 50 to 60 per team. Everybody got 50 new players. Everybody. Is this just, what college football is going to be about? High turnover?
Well, when they are saying that when you got to get 50 and 60 and 70 new players every year, the FBS people are saying that's chaos and confusion. Okay, that's why they're pushing this 5 for 5. You get 5 years to play, I guess 5 seasons or whatever. You get a chance to transfer one time. Okay, all of that. And they're saying that will bring more stability and the coaches will have more power, because what they're trying to say is that with NIL and with the transfer portal, it decreased the power of the coaches. Okay, and so by pushing this 5 for 5 or whatever this new legislation is, they're saying that that's going to cut down on all of this transition and all of that. Because what they're saying now.
I do want to say that in terms of which team was putting that shit on, it's got to be South Carolina State.
Say what now?
South Carolina State. Best dressed.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What'd you say about South Carolina? Huh?
Okay, let's play it.
Go Dogs. We got a little drip check for y'all. I went blue suit, white undershirt with regular church shoes. I ain't putting no jewelry on, but the small part of the look too.
Here we go. Go Dogs. We go drip check. So we go navy blue suit. We got to come in with a little vest underneath it, add a little razzle dazzle. We go garnet tie with the garnet handkerchief. And to be a little smooth, we come in with the brown shoes just to make it a little different. We come back with the gold guest to make sure we get it right a little bit. Got to get that zone in. And then we go the earrings. Now we're not gonna say where we got the earrings from, but they some good earrings. So go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Man, it's all about you gotta look good, feel good, play good. No question about it. So, I was inspired, just a little navy suit, garnet tie, garnet handkerchief. You got to talk about the block there. All of the matches. And so you got to have, that's important, man. But then bring it all out. So we take it down to the shoe game, man. And we just got, some basic Gucci aces, really, brings out, it's got the beauty of them is it got the garnet and the navy, and then you got the garnet on the back as well. So, you know, when you bring it all together, it bring the garnet from the shoe comes out in the tie and the handkerchief.
Best dress, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have no problem with. Listen, I told you from day one. I was so happy when Coach Berry got that job at South Carolina State, and I told you that his ultimate aim was to take over HBCU football, and he's done that. But I'm saying that come 2026, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about. The best 3 teams in HBCU football are in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Whether you want to accept it or not is immaterial, but you will see. And like I said, August 29th, 2026 will be here very soon. Okay? We'll be here very soon. I'm sorry, August 29th. I said 26th. August 29th will be here very soon.
Well, Mr. Ford, aside from production, what did you think about the coaches?
About who?
About the coaches.
Oh, yeah. I felt good about the coaches. Like I said, I'm a fan of all those coaches in the MEAC. I like all of them. I think that Coach Berry is one of the best coaches in FCS. You know how much the respect I got for Trey Oliver. I was one of those people that had to apologize because I didn't take D-Jack serious at all. And he proved me wrong. I mean, he was serious. And I'm looking forward to seeing the encore. What's the second edition will be like? Because I was very impressed last year. Now, I think they could be a whole lot better because I wasn't impressed with their defense last year, but I was impressed with that run game that they had. Those 2 backs, I think both of those backs went to FBS schools, but I was impressed with that. And I
a lot of
continue to
people
say,
in the chat are saying not impressed. A lot of folks in the chat are saying not impressed. They were not impressed.
but the sleeping giant in the MEAC is still Morgan State.
The sleeping giant.
State, yes. If they can get someone to wake up that program, because let me tell you something. Listen, Morgan State got more money than South Carolina State. Morgan State got more money than North Carolina Central. They got money. They want to come to the Celebration Bowl. I just don't believe they got the right person as head coach. I don't believe it. I like Coach Wilson. He did very well on the Division II level, but I just personally feel he's taken that program as far as he can take it. But they are a sleeping giant. Morgan State's a sleeping giant.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Orangey says PV is not top 3. I thought somebody in the Jay said, I thought you said Norfolk was a sleeping giant.
Norfolk, as I told you before, reminds me of Southern. When I was at Grambling as a student, Southern was winning in all sports. Okay. And when I visited Norfolk, when my sister was at Hampton and I visited Norfolk reminded me of Southern. And I believe that Norfolk should be a championship contender in every sport.
Mr. Ford, there was someone on Twitter today from Southern that said that Jackson State is jealous of Southern.
Well, I don't know about that, but I can say this. Right now, the pride of the SWAC as far as football right now is Jackson State, Prairie View, Alabama State. And I've said this and I will continue to say it. With that 3, there's no reason Southern shouldn't be in there. It should be 4. Okay? Southern, if Jackson can accomplish it, so can Southern. Okay? So until Southern gets in that makes it a 4, they're underachieving.
Okay,
Now,
well,
that's one of the reasons that Marshall Faulk was brought to Baton Rouge, is that they believe that he can take them to the place that they're supposed to be. I've
where
said
are
it
they
over and
supposed to
over.
be? Because Marshall
Well,
Faulk said,
listen to me. Listen. The Celebration Bowl is 10 years old. Southern has never been. Alcorn has been 3 times. Southern has been 0 times. That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense.
well, Marshall Faulk said that the NFL's not looking for HBCU players, and that HBCU players basically should be training to go to Power 5.
Okay, so here's the thing about what he said. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? If you don't believe it, you good. But if you believe that, then you got a problem.
So the reason why I have a problem with it, because this is your chance to speak, and you are, you don't have a wide casting net as Prime, but you're coming as an NFL Hall of Famer who, by all accounts, you're coming into the SWAC. This is your first job as a head coach. And the minute that someone gives you the mic, you go over here and regurgitate some bullshit.
Well, here's the thing.
Straight
Like I
bullshit.
said, if we got freedom of speech. He can say what he wants to say. But here's the thing. As long as you don't believe that, you're in good shape. If you believe that, then there's a problem.
I don't
I heard it when he
believe
said
it.
that. That didn't bother me because I know that's a lie.
The problem is there's people who, they are going to regurgitate those talking points, and it's just simply not true. And those are not the type of people that you want in the SWAC period. You don't want to, and it's not true. Let's just put this out there that it's not true. And looking at the dynamics of everything, more FBS is a feeder farm for HBCUs, and that is the God honest truth. Like, this year alone, we only had roughly 46 players from HBCUs transfer to FBS. We had over 111 FBS transfers coming into the SWAC, the MEAC, and I think 1 to Chicago State. So you had almost 2.4 times the amount of FBS players coming to the SWAC. And they're saying, well, what do those FBS players already have? Some of them, in terms of strength and conditioning or bulking up, they come to our programs and they already have been bulked up. They already have been developed. They've already been trained. Even if they were on the bench, they still have that strength and conditioning. A lot of them, when it comes to bulking and stuff like that and weight, they already have that. So for me, I believe that the FBS is a feeder farm for HBCUs. And I think that's also one of the reasons why with the transfer portal, we've been able to see so much talent returning back to HBCUs. So for me, I was upset to see that type of narrative. We've seen it before with Prime. So I didn't like it. I didn't.
Well, it didn't bother me. And like I said, the reason it didn't bother me, because I know it's a lie. Okay? And so one thing, I listen, we got a short amount of time on this earth. We can't go after every time somebody holler out something foolish or a lie. Sometimes you just got to ignore it.
Ron,
you got to let it go and listen. You listen. You got to let it go in one ear and go out the other. Okay? Because you got to understand, he doesn't know. Just like he didn't know the difference between when he said the Magic City Classic that he played instead of saying he was in the Birmingham Classic. I didn't hold that against him. And the reason I didn't hold it against it because he don't know.
Or that he's playing in the Soul Bowl.
Yeah. So when he says that about we getting prepared for the FBS and all that, I don't listen. That go in one ear and come out the other. That's the way I treat it.
Isn't that what many recruiters are telling recruits now? Come here, ball out for 2 years and go get that bag. So if you're a bad recruiter, that is what you're telling recruits. I remember I remember Alabama A&M coach said, like, basically, yeah, come out here and you ball for a couple of years. That's not what the recruiting strategy is at Jackson State. At Jackson State, we're here to tell these young men, you're going to graduate, you're going to develop mentally, emotionally, physically. Why are you touching stuff? Don't touch nothing. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Don't touch nothing. Thank you. No, don't. Get away from Braxton. He getting ready to make the internet go out. God help me. Anyway, I done lost my train of thought. Other than the fact that what our mythology is, or excuse me, our recruiting is, you know, you're going to get the HBCU culture. You're going to get developed here. Everything, all the tools that you need to succeed, not only in football, but being a man is here. You're going to learn all of that here.
Like I said, you know, my thing is this. You come to an HBCU and you decide that you're going to play 1 or 2 years and then you want to go to the FBS. Hey, Saranada, Arrivederci, bye-bye, whatever. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. When you leave, we're going to get somebody better than you, and we're going to forget you, and you're going to miss out, okay? Like I told you, know, me and Doc was talking. Remember the young man y'all had that left Jackson and went to Virginia Tech? He was a wide receiver. He was from Jackson. What was his name?
Isaiah.
Okay, listen. He leaves, and then y'all get that kid from Mississippi Valley, Rembrandt. Guess what? Rembrandt's play has made people forget Spencer. Ain't nobody asking for Spencer. Why? Because y'all got Rembrandt. And that's what I say to all them kids that want to leave the SWAC and go FBS. Hey, that's what you want to do? Bye. Because, baby, let me tell you something. We getting talent in here better than you. And when you leave, you going to miss out. We ain't going to miss you. You going to miss us. So if you want to leave, Saranada.
If you want to leave, baby, go ahead, knock out the door.
That's right. If you want to leave, bye.
Don't stop no show.
Guess what? That's right. Because, baby, like I'm telling you, that Spencer kid, I was hurt when he left. But let me tell you something. Rembrandt made me forget him.
Next man up.
That's right. Next man up.
But the reason why I also had to say something is because Marshall Faulk literally got handed to him. Trey Hawley, 4-star running back that was at LSU, right?
Yeah.
And Trey Hawley is from LSU, and he came to Southern, and he's still on the team. You got a gift by all accounts if you use him correctly. And your response is, yeah, you know, we're going to get them developed for the Power 5. If you don't get the hell on, the Power 5s are not pulling that many FCS. They are pulling them, but they're not pulling that many from HBCUs. And the numbers that they are pulling from the HBCUs are pulling double. Like we're pulling twice as much, almost 2.5 times as much in terms of players. We're getting folks from Florida, from UCF, from Wyoming, from Washington State, from all over. Ooh.
Like I said, if they want to leave, hey, bye. Bye. And like you said, next man up. Next man up.
And I remember Coach TC was saying, like, there's way more people that want to come into the program than there are that want to leave.
Yeah, I believe that.
So for me, you know, I guess it'll just it's not an excuse that you can use. So I hope that when people are talking about, oh, we're building up for Power Fives, the standard is the standard, and the standard is you have to win. So you can't really use that as an excuse. You can't use I'm losing all my players to the portal as an excuse. You can't use we have high turnover. We're not able to keep our guys. You cannot use those as excuses because you have several programs who have flipped rosters and consecutively been able to have winning seasons. And we're talking winning more than 8 games a season.
Oh, yeah.
And also Unstoppable just pointed something out. Like, I want to say 1% of football players get a chance to go to the NFL anyway. That's just what it is. Whether you're Power 5, Power 4, and then how many years is it? Is it 3 years? The average amount of time that an NFL player is in the NFL?
Yeah, about 3 to 4. Yeah, about 3 years. Yeah.
Like, to dismiss undrafted free agents, or camp invites, like the Power 5s, the Power 4s, and the rest of the FCS after the NFL draft don't go all in on promoting, we can get you an opportunity, whether it's the CFL, the XFL, the NFL, we can get you an opportunity to get there. And those are, or finding coaching jobs, being a man, getting your degree, being able to be successful at life. Like, those are the things that, as a football coach, when you're recruiting these young men, these are the things that families want to hear. Not, you can come here and play for 2 years and then you can transfer to a Power 5 school if you do good here.
Listen, Jackson State has 4 former players from Jackson State in the NFL Hall of Fame. What university or college in Mississippi can say the same thing? I'm listening.
I hear crickets, Mr. Ford. You hear them crickets?
Okay.
Baby, I think that Southern gonna get that welcome to the SWAC moment. The first game, Alabama State versus Southern. I think it's gonna be a coming to the SWAC moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be an uphill battle because Mr. Body is going to continue with his tour, and as soon as Alabama State rolls in from Montgomery, they're pulling the belt out.
You think they're going to pull the belt out, Mr. Ford?
As soon as they hit the parking lot.
Damn. Not even going to let them get to the locker room and get situated?
They're pulling the belt out.
Lord have
So,
mercy.
baby, them folks in Montgomery's for real. Like they said, they for real.
All right. So before we talk about the 12 players that are for, that are on the MEAC Media Day list, I wanted you to quickly, because we didn't get a chance to highlight this because my computer was acting up. And so, yeah. All right. So one of the things that we got here is we have 2 new head coaches coming into the SWAC, and there's 2 offenses that they said that they're introducing, and they're saying like, yeah, not too many defenses have seen this type of offense, so this is what we're running. So of course the Gulf Coast offense, and of course, Mr. Ford, I know you'll love to give us the rundown of the 1998 FAMU football team. The Gulf Coast offense, that's what Quinn Gray said that he would be utilizing. So I would like for you to talk a little bit about the Gulf Coast offense of 1998 FAMU, because that's what he's introducing. And basically, is it going to translate, or are these defenses in the SWAC going to be able to stop it? See my little graphic? Let me read
Wait,
it. The
hold
Gulf
on. Let
Coast
me,
offense,
okay, hold on.
fast, physical, relentless. Built on simplicity, deadly in execution. So the Gulf Coast offense, relentless tempo, no huddle offense, wear them down for 60 minutes. Power runs, physical downhill running game in the foundation. Quarterback freedom. The quarterback can call plays and make reads at the line.
Yes,
So, of
yeah,
course, when you have that type of offense, you have a smart, calculated, fast thinking off quarterback. And of course, as you guys know, um, they have Isaiah, right, over there at FAMU.
yeah. Isaiah knows. Yeah. Mm.
Stretch the field, so hit them deep vertically, then attack the middle, eat the clock, and play great defense. So Quinn Gray talked a little bit about reintroducing the Gulf Coast offense. Of course, this was made popular in 1998 by FAMU, right, Mr. Ford?
Well, actually, it came from the playbook of the St. Louis Rams. It was the playbook was put together by Mike Martz. Okay, and you got to remember when Dick Vermeil was the head coach with the Philadelphia Eagles, one of his assistants was Billy Joe, and so they had a really deep relationship. Now, what Billy Joe did, he took that offense, which the Rams called the fastest show on turf or something, whatever they called it. But anyway, what he took out of it, he took the motion out of it that the Rams used to run with it. Okay, and he kind of tailored it to the talent that he had at FAMU. Now, on that 98 team, you got to start with the offensive line. They had an outstanding offensive line and a gigantic offensive line, a big offensive line. But what they also had, to me, they had the greatest quarterback to me that FAMU's had in the last 20 years. His name was Pat Bonner. He transferred into FAMU, I believe, from Temple. He was originally from the state of Florida, but he went to Temple University, and then he transferred for his senior year to Florida A&M. He was very accurate. He could really read a defense. He was mobile, but he was not really a runner. If he did scramble, he scrambled to throw the ball. All right. Now, what they call their wide receivers and what they took pride in was what they call the RAC, the rack boys, run after catch. And what Bonner was really good at, he could see a pattern opening up before it opened up. He didn't throw to the wide receiver. He threw to the spot on the field, and the wide receiver had to meet the ball, okay? And he was very successful with it. We thought that that 98 team would have gone farther, but remember, he contracted pneumonia or cold or something or flu when they went up to play. They played the Leathernecks. That was, I want to say, Western Illinois. The school that Brian Cox, who was the linebacker for the Chicago Bears, that was his school. I think it was Western Illinois, and that's where they lost that. But because they won their first round game against Troy State, and then they lost to Western Illinois at Western Illinois. But he didn't play that game because he was sick. But I thought that that team would have gone farther, but you know he got sick.
Okay. Next we have the go-go offense that I want to say Coach Marshall Falk said that he was implementing. The no huddle up tempo, unpredictable, fast paced, wears defenses down all game long, physical, run the ball with power and purpose, exploit matchups, create numbers and advantage, score in bunches, keep the tempo high and the defense on its heels. So the negatives of the go-go offense requires a high level of stamina and fitness from the players. So I don't know about you, but last year, Southern's players were a little bit winded, honey. They needed some strength and conditioning and some muscle milk, okay? So I'm sure that
Coach Falk has definitely upped the ante on strength and conditioning, because otherwise the go-go offense is not going to work. Can lead to increased risk of injuries due to fast-paced play, may result in poor defensive positioning if not executed properly. Relies heavily on player discipline and teamwork to be effective. It can be predictable if opponents study and adapt to the strategy. Might exhaust players quickly, leading to fatigue in later stages of the game. Usually reveals lack of depth and personnel deficiencies. And that's one of the main reasons why I was thinking that it's a telltale sign for lack of depth, Mr. Ford.
Well, let me just say this, just like all other offenses, it starts with the offensive line, okay? And if your offensive line is dominant and can move people backwards, that offense, like you said, will wear you out because they're seeking to run 80 to 100 plays, whereas the average offense is going to run maybe 60 to 65 plays. Now, the second most important thing after the offensive line is that you've got to have a dual threat quarterback, one who can run it, but one who is also accurate in passing. Because once you move down the field and they try to put more people in the block, or what we call in the trenches, it opens up the air game, especially the vertical, okay? And from what I've seen, I've taken the last 5 or 6 days just looking at videos on the go-go offense. If you got the big-time wide receivers and you got that outstanding offensive line and you got a quarterback that can decipher when it's time to run, when it's time to throw, that offense is almost unstoppable. Now, it's nothing new, because like they always say in history, there's nothing new under the sun. It's obvious he borrowed from Gus Malzahn, okay? He's borrowed from some things he picked up in the pros, and he's borrowed from other people in college football, all right? Because the way he's lining up those backs, we called it in high school the veer. Because in the veer, you could put them in the eye, you could split them, you could get in a wing T formation. He does all of that, all right? But the key is you have to have an outstanding offensive line for that offense to work. Because it takes advantage, it runs, but it also throws. And
So
like
we
I
have
said,
two schools that got two offenses that they trying to implement, and we have question marks for their offensive line on both from Southern and FAMU. We have questions.
well, if once I see them, then I can tell you whether or not we're going to have. Now, this whole thing about what Southern did last year, that's in 2025. We're in 2026. It's a new sheriff in town, okay? You know, I remember back when I was playing high school football, our coach would tell us, you know, last year's team went 9-1. They ain't got nothing to do with y'all, okay? It's what y'all going to do this year, all right? That you give that, what, 2025, that's been given to history. Okay, so listen, if they are able to be successful with that offense, listen, they can do some things. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've watched the coach at Florida A&M. I've watched
Coach
the quarterback
Quinn Gray.
yeah, like I said, you ought to make, you know, Florida speed, wide receivers come a dime a dozen, running backs come a dime a dozen. All right. The only thing is this: when I see them play on the 29th, I'm going to be looking at that offensive line. Because if that offensive line is
Soft in the
outstanding,
middle. Soft in the middle.
no, I'm saying, if they're outstanding, then listen, that offense is going to roll. Because I ain't got no problems with that nose kid. I've watched him. He knows that offense, okay? I know the fam got wide receivers because they in Florida.
Leave it alone.
All right? I know they got running backs. So on the 29th, I'll be able to tell you what that offensive line is going to do.
Manny Fresh says, why are some schools below the 105 roster? And so the answer for that is that there are some student athletes that are coming in. What month are we in? Hell, they're coming this week, next week. They'll be here next week or this week. That are transferring in or, getting acclimated and they're just now coming on campus. So that's the reason why some schools are below 105. Some folks who are above 105, they're going to be making cuts soon. Jamal said a new sheriff who might as well be Chief Gillespie, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford.
Yes.
Jamal said that the new sheriff in town might as well be Chief Gillespie.
Okay, next.
No, Mr. Ford. Okay. Some schools will gray shirt a few athletes. Yeah, so, if you don't see 105 or you see more than 105, everything's going to be cut down or increased to meet that 105. All right, let's get back to this MEAC Media Day. MEAC Media Day. Let's talk about some of these players. And thank you for becoming a member or extending your membership. Romeo Carter says every team SWAC needs to get them a pro readiness coach, meaning speed, drill, and catch. They SWAC signed to many high school and transfer players with slow times, but can at that level, not the NFL.
That's strength and conditioning.
Yeah. If you run a 4.5, a 4.6, you can get down there.
Oh, without a doubt. When Jared Rice was taken to the what do they call that? The combine. I think he only ran a 4.6 or 4.5. His 40 time was not impressive.
They said that go-go offense ain't going nowhere against Coach Quinn.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. That's early too, isn't that in September?
Yep.
Yeah, we'll find out early.
We're gonna find out real early.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me get these 12 players. Game number 4.
Yeah. In Jackson, in Jacktown, at the vet.
All right. Dang, they don't have an overview. Why is he not in here? We gotta get some SIDs over here, Lord. All right. Let me see, because I just tried to pull up that young man's information and it did not. I mean, his picture came up, but like his overall bio didn't come up. Oh, okay. He has a draft scout. So James Reddick, I'm going to start with South Carolina State. Let me see. Some of you guys might actually know who this young man is. You might recognize him. Uh-oh. Okay. It'll be interesting to see if the new offense catches Bama State off guard, Mr. Ford.
I'm quite sure that, they doing like I'm doing. They looking at film. I mean, he's all over the internet. I've been looking at film the last 2 or 3 days. I saw him, how he installed it at Howard,
Whose
how he
film you been
installed it.
looking at, Mr. Ford?
Brandon Marion. They got, you just put in
Who's-
Brandon Marion's go offense. They
Oh,
show him
okay.
at Howard. They show him at William and Mary. They show him at UNLV. They show him at Sac State. Okay, and then he talks about it. And he tells you he put it together by adding a few things from other offenses. The person he borrowed heavily from was Gus Malzahn.
All right. So we have James Reddick II. He's a graduate student at South Carolina State. He was a part of that championship team last year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say he plays center. He's 6'2", 307 pounds. I might be gassing a little bit because this is what the 2025 roster on the South Carolina State Bulldogs says. His previous teams were Jackson State, McNeese State, and Fort Valley.
He was at Fort Valley?
And he actually has a draft grade. And he is a 2026 preseason football. Let me say, was he on the second team? Oh, no, he's not. I'm sorry. Let me see. I thought he was. Oh, no, he is. James Reddick II. He's a first team offense at the center, Mr. Ford. So for South Carolina State.
I'm sorry. What'd you say again? I'm sorry.
Yes, no, maybe so. Oh, no, I was saying James Reddick II, like he was a part of the championship offense last year for South Carolina State.
Right. Is he a guard or a
He is
tackle
first
or
team
center?
offense.
Okay. So what's his position? Is it guard, tackle, or
Center.
center?
He's a center.
Oh, okay. It's center. Okay. That's always good.
He's a center, and he played for Jackson State, Mr. Ford.
Oh, okay.
And then he played for McNeese, and then he played for Fort Valley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right, who do we have up next from South Carolina State? Jordan Franklin, the linebacker. You know Jordan Franklin, Mr. Ford?
Is that the kid that was wearing 10?
For, South Carolina State.
What was, you remember his number? Was he number 10?
Let me see.
If he's number 10, he's the truth.
I want to say dang, they don't got no stats for him. I don't think they have any stats for him.
What's his size? Did they give his size?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. So I'm not sure about like the SID or whatever. Okay, got it. So he is 6'2", 205. He's from Waynesboro,
that's
Georgia.
Him. That's number 10. He's a dog.
Yeah, he
very
is.
aggressive.
That is number 10.
Yeah, he's the truth. Yeah, I watched him last year. He's the truth.
He had 42 solo tackles, 20
Yeah, that's
assists
him.
for a total of 62 total tackles, 12 tackles for loss, one
Yeah, they
forced
played him
fumble, one fumble
downhill.
recovery.
He would line up at his linebacker position, but he was always blitzing. Yeah,
Okay,
he comes to get you. He can play. He makes a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, I remember him.
okay, well, he was there today
Okay.
at MEAC Media Day. Russell Haynes is very active in the chat today. Oh, wait, they're saying that he was not. Jordan Dollard was the one that was there.
Okay, where's Jordan Franklin from? What's his hometown?
Waynesboro, Georgia.
Oh, okay, Burke County. Oh, yeah, that's some athletes come over there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. They're saying Jordan Franklin wasn't there. That's what he was on this 2026 MEAC football participants. They said it was
Yeah,
somebody
he
else.
can play though. I remember him. He's undersized. He
Put this thing up over.
He looks more like a defensive back, but he plays big at that linebacker position.
You said he's undersized?
Yeah, he's small for a linebacker.
What is the linebacker? 6'3", what? 215?
Yeah, usually it's 215 to 230.
Okay, let me just pull this up because I don't want folks. Folks hollering about, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just read off who they said was supposed to be there. So if they weren't there, that is not my fault. All right, North Carolina Central, Chance Peterson, wide receiver.
And he's from that's South Carolina State?
No, this is North Carolina Central, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Number five.
Yeah, that's him.
Wore
Yeah,
number five.
Yeah, they had a really outstanding receiver core last year for Walker, Texas Ranger. They had a really good receiver core. They had people that could for the intermediate game, the deep game. They were really good. I liked their wide receivers last year.
How do you think the wide receivers are going to match up against South Carolina State?
You're talking about Central's wide receivers?
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see. I don't know how many of them guys they lost from last year. I gotta see them.
Blue said that Franklin is a preseason FCS All-American. To South Carolina State also has the best two defensive tackles in HBCU football, both on first team All-MEAC. So in other words, what you're saying is South Carolina State about to run through the MEAC again? Damn.
I mean, the guy, I told you that when that man took that job. You don't remember that? I told you what the man was going to do. I told you that. I told you he was coming to take over HBCU football. He didn't do it the first year, but the second year he won the Celebration Bowl.
Russell Haynes, you tell MEAC to get their information right. How about that? Because here's the Media Day participants list. So you write them with as much fervor as you in my chat. Make sure you write them and tell them, hey, you have the wrong MEAC Day participants in your press release. All right. He plays safety at 205. NFL linebackers are bigger. Imagine 205 trying to tackle Derrick Henry. Oh, Mr. Ford, people said they're bored. They don't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, this is your show, whatever you say.
I would like to at least read out the young men that were at MEAC Media Day. Zarion Walters, defensive lineman from North Carolina Central. Norfolk State, Reggie Johnson at quarterback. Ooh, Mr. Ford, they bought a quarterback to MEAC Media Day. or at least
Okay,
that's what they
where was he
announced
from?
they did.
Where is he
Let me
from?
see where I'm gonna look him up real quick. Because if Norfolk State can't get a decent quarterback, and your coach is an all-time quarterback, something wrong. 6'3", 191 pounds. He's a junior from San Diego, California. He played at San Diego Mesa.
Okay, San Diego Mesa. Is that Division 2 or is that Hey
Yeah, I think
Blue?
so. I want to say that's Division 3. I don't know. This says he had 19 touchdowns, 2,116 passing yards. Y'all are mean. Y'all are mean. Okay, we're bored. Thetis, stop being mean. Y'all know y'all mean. Say, I want to watch this.
One of the things that Coach Trey Oliver said today that I really enjoyed was that he said, as head coach at Central, he wants more games with Central coming to the SWAC. And he talked about, he was looking forward to Central playing Texas Southern. And he said he would like, for the MEAC to play more SWAC teams during the regular season, which I agree with. Now, my thing is, I still think that, the MEAC and the SWAC should play a game in New York, Chicago, Charlotte, um, Las Vegas. I think those should be, they could be all SWAC matchups or they could be SWAC MEAC matchups in
See,
those cities.
even Coach Oliver knows that the teams to play are in the SWAC.
Yeah, he coached at Southern. Definitely he
Playing
knows it.
Elon. He don't want to play Elon.
And they don't either. The players don't want to play them people. North Carolina A&T has destroyed their program playing Elon. And by the way, he said he looks forward to
Macer.
whooping that behind on that Aggie Pride behind again. He
He
made
said
that known
that.
today. Huh?
He said that.
Yes. He talked about he and Gibbs are friends. They both played at Central. But listen, he about that business.
He ready
Them
to.
Eagles gonna get on them Aggies again.
Okay. Yeah, folks, is messy. All right, let me get. Oh Lord, have mercy. Home and home games. Nah, we ain't doing no home and home games with nobody from the MEAC. Y'all don't even show up at your home games.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
No, they don't travel. The best thing you do is do like I was telling you. You go to them. Let's get a game at MetLife Stadium. Game in Charlotte. Game at Chicago. Maybe Indianapolis if they're interested, and then Las Vegas.
We're not interested in going to Indianapolis, Mr. Ford.
Well, I think they're out of the business
We
anyway.
do. Okay, so Miss Shanetta says we do want our ones with North Carolina Central. We need to
Hey,
make
you
one of
can meet
those.
them in Charlotte, or they could come to because they've, years ago. This was in the '80s. They had a quarterback named Earl Little, had a wide receiver named Robert Clark. How about they came down to Jackson and played one of W.C. Gordon's teams?
All right. Let me get these folks engaged. All right, y'all. Mr. Ford, these folks are crazy. All right. So
Go ahead and drop it in the chat. Yay or nay? We're going to do MEAC fashions. I don't know why y'all can't wait. They said they're getting ready to go to sleep, Mr. Ford. They're so bored. They said the
That's how it
MEAC's
is
not.
when you're talking about the MEAC and its leadership and the
Oh,
product. It's boring.
oh,
I've told you that over and over.
why would you agree to what they said? All right, Coach
And
Biggs.
by the way, can Delaware State band hold your attention?
Can Delaware State's ban?
Yeah, can they hold your attention?
Y'all comment in the chat 1 through 10.
What
What you
about
rank this
Howard's
at?
band? Can Howard's band hold your attention?
Yes, Howard can.
Okay. How about Central?
I didn't know Delaware State had a band.
They have a band.
Central's band was doing pretty good when I went to the Orange Blossom Classic.
Okay.
They said Delaware State got a band. Do they have a
Yeah.
band? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
Delaware State has a band.
Y'all comment in the chat 1 through 10. What do you rank this outfit? MEAC Media Day fashions. What are you guys ranking it on a scale of 1 to 10? Mr. Ford,
Uh-huh.
let's keep talking about the MEAC while folks in the chat are being entertained. Listen, I think that South Carolina State by far is doing circles around these teams. And I just think that Coach Barry has figured out the bulldog print for, beating the MEAC.
Yeah. He believes in a dominant offensive line, He believes in not just one running back, but a stable of running backs. He's going to come at you with them big tight ends. He's going to come at you with them wide receivers. He's not going to just have one good quarterback. He's going to have several quarterbacks. And
So
then,
how is the MEAC gonna? I was thoroughly surprised to see that Howard is ranked last in their prediction of finish. They have Howard ranked last.
well, that's based on the fact that Ted White is new to the conference. But what most people don't understand about him, he made an excellent move because he kept that defensive staff. Okay. And he just added to it. But that's one thing he won't have to worry about because their defenses were pretty good the last 2 or 3
So
years.
Howard can hold on to. So you're saying Coach White can wear the previous coach's draws in terms of defense? Because you told
Yeah,
Dooley.
because their defenses was solid. Because if you go back and if you remember the defense that they had that played FAMU in the Celebration Bowl, that was in 23. That was a really good defense. And then if you remember the defense they had last year, that defense was third or fourth in the MEAC. That defense was pretty good. So he helped himself by doing that, because that gives him some stability, and that also means he just got to worry about getting that offense ready. Because there's a familiarity there, continuity there. So that was a good move by Coach White. That was a really good move to keep that, kind of keep that defensive staff. And then he did bring, I think he brought a guy from Maryland to be on that defensive staff and maybe a guy from UCLA. So that was pretty good. You just got to get that offense because, offense under Larry Scott was just straight out boring. Like they say, you could go to sleep on that.
Well, that Howard offense put up 50 points on Central that year that they went to
Yeah,
the.
that was in 23. Yeah, they did. But that was because that offensive line was so powerful. I mean, they had some big guys up on that offensive line, and they were coming downhill.
All right, next we got Coach D Jack. He actually wore a suit this year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What do you guys rank it in the chat on a scale of 0 to 10? What do y'all rank him? A much needed improvement. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. 9. much needed, right? Because yeah. They said they could have incorporated some Delaware State colors in it.
They could have did what now?
Some Delaware State number or Delaware State colors
I
into
thought his
the.
tie was Delaware State's colors.
It looks like it was salmon blue and matching the suit.
Oh, okay. I'm
Russell
looking forward to
Haynes.
see his second edition because I thought he did well last
Do
year.
you think he's gonna regress, or you think he's gonna make some improvements?
Did he keep his entire coaching staff, or did he lose some people?
I know he lost a lot of players, but I don't really know about
The staff.
the staff. That staff was actually you know,
Yeah, I liked his offensive staff. I really liked the offensive staff, and they were outstanding, and they really didn't have an air game. Now their defense, I thought I was not impressed. I wasn't impressed with the defense last year. I thought they could be a whole lot better on defense. But he had an offensive coordinator last year that was really good. I can't think of that guy's name. I knew his name at one time, but he was real good. I'm just wondering, did he come back, or did he move? Did he go somewhere else?
Bayless said losing those two backs will hurt them.
Yeah, those two backs were good. One kid was from Baltimore. They were really good. But
Someone in the chat said Delaware State is winning the MEAC this year.
hey, we'll see. We'll see. Now, do they go to South Carolina State, or South Carolina State comes to them? I think they go to Orangeburg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to go to Orangeburg. I know that Trey Oliver's team has to go to Delaware because they beat Trey Oliver last year for his homecoming.
Dang. Ruined his homecoming.
Yeah, that was the shocker.
Mm.
Man, I'll never forget everybody was talking about that. Delaware State beat North Carolina Central and beat them on their homecoming. That was the talk.
That was the talk. What were y'all
Yes.
saying though? Like,
I
damn,
mean,
like
no, because nobody, everybody was like, whoa, that made them a legitimate threat right there. Because really, they were one game short of coming to the Celebration Bowl. If they had beat South Carolina State, they would have been in the Celebration Bowl.
if they would have beat that one team that they was playing hard, I forgot which one it was. Monmouth, was it? I think
Yeah,
Delaware State
yeah, I
played.
think
If
they
they would
did.
have beat them, they might have actually got a bid to the FCS playoffs. Maybe, possibly. I don't know. I think what the deficiency that Delaware State had was the quarterback, though, right? They had good running backs,
Yeah,
but the quarterback was
and
shaky.
defense. That defense was not. It was not a championship caliber defense
Mm.
because their
That's
defensive backs are getting burnt going and coming last year.
burnt going and coming.
Yes. Oh, they were,
That
man. They were getting torched.
torched.
They were getting torched. Yes,
They
they were.
couldn't keep up with a ham sandwich.
That's what I'm telling you. The big improvement for me to this year should be on defense.
See, that's the thing with year to year, right? Is since there's so much high turnover in college football, it's hard to uh one year you have an excellent offense and then things don't go the way they need to go that year. And so then are you able to keep your offense so that you can rebuild the defense?
Listen, like you said earlier, it's next man up. You know, you lose people, then you got to go find some more people. Either you're gonna find them in the high school, junior college, or in the portal. But you got to find people. See, I've always believed you should have one coach that's just watching the junior college, one coach watching the high schools, and one coach watching the portal.
And one coach watching the kids that are already in the program.
There you go, baby. Got to recruit them every day.
You got to recruit them every day.
Every day.
Um, so it was interesting listening to Coach Barry's speech. Did you hear when he was talking to Ryan Clark? He was saying that he was talking about the standard.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh yeah.
standard
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
coaches and the way we present ourselves and the way we dress and the way, we talk, the way we walk.
Oh yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that he also said his theme, of course, is win today, right?
Yeah.
That's your favorite saying from him. Bayless said
Now,
South Carolina stays the team to beat. Everyone else is fighting for second place.
yeah. Now, even though he won the Celebration Bowl, if you know South Carolina State history, I can remember as, 12, 13 years old, and the success that Coach Willie Jeffries had until he left and went to Wichita State. And then they had a coach named Coach Davis. He was a Johnson C. Smith graduate. He had a lot of success. And then Buddy Pugh and what he did at South Carolina State was magnificent. He still, South Carolina State has been dominant a long time. Got to remember, I think they got 4 Hall of Famers, I think. Let's see. Do they have 4?
I think they double count the one from Valley, right? The one they kicked
Yeah,
out.
Deacon Jones. Yeah, Deacon Jones. They
They
got
kicked him
Marion
out because he was
Motley.
protesting, right?
Huh?
They kicked him out because he was protesting, right?
Yeah, I think something happened, but I know that he's one of the 4. They got the guy Donnie Shell. Let's see, Donnie Shell, Marion Motley, Deacon Jones. Who are we missing? Oh, the middle linebacker that played for the Giants.
Ooh.
He played with Lawrence Taylor all them years. He was a bad boy too. Harry Carson. His name was Harry Carson.
Next up, we're going to talk about all these folks that got fired. Lord have mercy, they done cleared it out over there at ESPN. I like the fact that Ryan Clark came right to MEAC Media Day like nothing. He didn't miss a step because they still have to pay him, I guess. However much they were paying him, they're still going to pay him out. I wonder, does everybody have that, or is it just him?
Have what?
Where the people that are getting fired, are they paying them out, or is that just something that he structured in his?
Well, that depends on their contract.
I think it was maybe his contract that he was able to secure that, because a lot of folks were not so lucky.
Yeah.
So some of the people that got fired, of course, Cam Newton was let go as well in the restructuring. Tom Pelissero was let go. So the only thing that I will have to say about they have a layoffs tracker. That's insane. They have an ESPN layoff tracker. Ryan Clark, Carl Ravitch, Tom Pelissero, Cam Newton, Charles Davis, Stephania Bell, David Lloyd, Bart Scott, Andreas Hale. Do you know any of those people, Mr. Ford?
Yeah, Bart Scott used to be a linebacker for the New York Jets. Of course, Cam Newton is from the Atlanta area. Carl Ravitch has been with them 30 or more years.
Why didn't you just let him resign? And why, after 30 years, why didn't you just take your retirement? Do they not have retirement over there at ESPN? Like, why?
Yeah, they got retirement. I don't.
Why they couldn't have let him? If he's been there for 30 years, why wouldn't you
He's
let
been
him
there 30,
retire?
maybe more than that. Carl
So
Ravage
when
has
he
been there
gets
for
fired,
years.
does that mean he doesn't get a pension?
I
Like,
don't.
how does
I
that
wouldn't
work?
know. I'm quite sure he probably gets a pension.
Oh, okay. After 30 years? Damn.
Yeah. But see, they giving the big boys so much money. You know, they're giving uh, Mr. Coon himself all that money.
Stephen A. Smith,
Stephen A. Smith, and then that other guy, Pat McAfee, he got a big contract.
60
You know,
million.
yeah, and so they're giving them a lot of money. So you know, they got to pay them people. So they cutting folks like everybody's doing now.
So do you think they're cutting folks and then they're going to rehire folks at a lower wage, like different contributors at a lower
Or
wage?
they'll go to other networks. You know, they'll go to other networks that might need somebody. You know, you could see some of them guys show up for because the word is Netflix is trying to get into the sports game pretty heavy. You know, they might could get a job with them, or of course they do the podcast, and you know, you can do as an independent journalist, you can work for ABC, NBC, you know, those people. I mean, so I mean, of course, you know, they're going to be looking to continue working because, like you said, Ryan Clark, he's known. He'll probably pick up with maybe NBC or somebody.
They said Ryan is the only one with an Emmy. But I'm not defending them firing him. But Ryan Clark is the type of person that, like, and he's done it several different times. He'll speak on something and then they'll make him apologize or retract his statement
Yeah,
less than
yeah,
24 hours
yeah.
later. Like, I felt like at some point you're going to have to read the room. You don't have to comment on everything for people to know where you stand. One of those big instances was when he commented on um what's that black quarterback's name that apparently,
Griffin, Robert
yeah,
Griffin.
yeah, like, he's a grifter, but he commented, well, she wouldn't understand, I have a black wife. Like, bro, just he'd always make a statement about something and end up having to apologize 24 hours later. I said something that I shouldn't
Yeah.
have said, blah blah blah. So it's kind of like at that point they were just probably building a case for
Oh, no doubt about it. They fired the man during a broadcast. That means somebody had an axe to grind with him.
that was they
He was
literally
in the
said
middle of
that
a show and they fired him.
they were doing that to demoralize him and
That's what I'm
basically.
saying. Somebody had an axe to grind.
Oh, Fred Allen says ESPN is laying off people, but they still have to pay out those contracts. So it's not like they're going to be, scrambling. Yes, they do want to find another job or another replacement. I do feel like some of that stuff, like Tom Pelissero, he could, whenever, I don't know if he made his statement yet or not, but the first thing you would have as a person like him is your YouTube subscription link, because everybody looks to him for all of the information. Like, he's the one that has a jump on all the information and he puts out something. I'm surprised they fired him, but maybe they felt like they were paying him too much. And instead of restructuring the contract, they just went ahead and got rid of him.
Yeah.
I think there is an evolution, though, in sports media, especially in how people get their news. And a lot of folks are streaming now, like they use streaming services. And so they don't necessarily watch ESPN for their daily commentary. They'll go on a YouTube or a Pantheon and they'll watch it from that perspective. So I will say this, I think Shannon Sharp is probably the best example of someone who he doubled and did his YouTube channel while he was also um, at ESPN or at his network that he was on. And so then when he got fired, he was able to just pick up on
Oh
his
yeah.
platform because he was able to build the platform. All right. Do you have anything else you want to say about you tore MEAC a new one, Mr. Ford?
No, I'm just saying, my disappointment is with the presidents and the MEAC. Like I said, and let me reiterate it. For 19 years, you allowed Dr. Dennis Thomas to be the commissioner, and he did nothing. He was totally incompetent. He was the
Thank you,
worst.
Russell.
He was the worst commissioner in HBCU sports. Okay, and he didn't care anything about the athletes. He didn't care anything about the schools. All he cared about was making sure he put the money in the hands of the presidents, and they kicked him back a little money. Okay, and so instead of moving that foolishness and that incompetence out, you go and pick one of his underlings who is worse than him. And I just thought it was sad, to see those six coaches, and then you're under this. This lady has no vision. She's incompetent. Okay, they're doing nothing. I mean, I think about the SWAC Media Day and how I was so excited, and then I was like, my anticipation grew greater than what it was. And then to watch that on TV today, and like I said, whoever came up with that idea about the pivot, don't let them give no more ideas.
Oh.
You got rid of Jay and Tiffany for that mess? So
I did feel like the Channing guy asked about, like, I was just like, why the fuck would you ask that? Excuse my language, but he
which
was like,
I've
what
told
about
you, he's
HBCUs and
extremely ignorant when
resources?
it comes to
I'm like, why
HBCU.
the hell do you keep asking about resources? Is that the only thing that you know how to ask somebody is about
Because see, that's his.
resources and
He went to
HBCUs?
Florida. He went to
Like,
Florida. His
and
wife
Florida
went to
was not
Howard.
looking. Florida wasn't looking good when he was there. Why is he acting like they was just when he played at Florida? They didn't have the best of the best. Well, what about the resources? Is that the only sentence that you know how to ask somebody from an HBCU or someone that's coaching at an HBCU? Is it the only thing that you can contribute is asking about the resources?
But I
Bro,
don't understand.
really?
I told you before, he's extremely ignorant when it comes to the culture of HBCUs. I told you that.
Like
You
some
remember
of
me saying that
these
before?
you
I've heard him
did. You
talk
did
before.
say it. You did say it. But I
Yeah,
just
he's
wasn't
extremely
expecting to
ignorant.
hear like some of the questions that were asked. It was kind of like so ugh. Why would you ask that question? No research, no like even so a lot of times when you have bigger networks that are covering with the exception of Tiffany and Jay, because of course Tiffany and Jay, they know HBCU football in and out, they cover the teams year in and year out, so there's not any research that they would be have to do. They could just come up with something off of the top of their head. But when you're covering these teams, you guys have usually they have interns that can create. When you have that big of a platform, you have interns that can create the questions for you. So you don't necessarily have to know the ins and outs of everything because the questions are already formulated for you. So it was not it was disheartening to see. You know what I'm saying? Like one look at the paper and you're saying, "Oh, okay. You were first team preseason for MEAC. How does that feel? What do you plan on doing for what are your goals for this particular season?" Like some of these things you can just ask all by just showing interest. And I felt like it was real surface level, Mr. Ford, real surface level,
Yeah,
not
I mean, it was
diving
people
deep
who don't
into.
know nothing about the conference. It was obvious they know nothing about the MEAC. That's why I didn't understand. Why would you, other than, I guess they're supposed to be celebrities, because you know how we are about celebrities.
I really don't know how we are about celebrities because
Oh,
in the
we worship
SWAC,
celebrities. I've told you that. We
Well,
worship
maybe
celebrity.
it's just this SWAC mindset, but in the SWAC, the celebrities are the coaches that coach you at the team at the schools, or the student athletes that walk through those doors. Those are like the celebrities for SWAC Media Day. In turn, the commissioner, seeing people, that those are the celebrities for that day, right? Those are who we say, oh, okay, this person is this person, this person is that person. Like whenever we do SWAC Media Day, those are the celebrities because those are the ones who are being honored. So the young men that come to represent for SWAC Media Day, they had different activities for them. Like I reiterated, they had a tournament, and whoever won the tournament, which the young man was from he was from Mississippi and he's from the UAPB team. He won a, a PlayStation 5. Like the SWAC really takes into account these young men, and they had HBCU Go. So when they got there the day before, they had a photo shoot, basically so that they could get specs for when you have HBCU Go coming to the schools. They already have like promotion material of the young men that were there for each team. Like it was organized. Now they've never had a photo shoot there the night before, so usually I was able to get into that room. But the presentation overall, like HBCU doing the photo shoot, and then them having food for the young men, and then them having the tournament and they win something, and then the next day the red carpet, the presentation for SWAC Media Day, you can tell that they thought things out.
Right. We
Yep,
have
they got some
professionals.
goodie
We have
bags. And you know
leadership.
what? I don't know if the MEAC gave the young men goodie bags at the MEAC Media Day, but just the overall presentation, the feel of it, the pride that was put into the presentation. I'll say that. I don't think I don't know. Maybe we're not hung up on celebrity in the SWAC. They were very much so hung up when it was Dion. But I don't think we're hung up on celebrity in terms of like, I think every coach is well respected and they get their reverence or whatever whenever we have SWAC Media Day.
So you saying that the guy at Southern is not a celebrity?
Who, Marshall Falk?
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody like breaking down the walls to interview him.
Well, Southern hired him
I know that
with
Southern
no
hired him,
experience.
but
So
like
somebody still
me
love
seeing Marshall
celebrities.
Falk, I would still have the same reverence as I would to like. No, I don't think I would. I don't be like, oh my God, there's Marshall Falk, there's Marshall Falk. I don't feel that way. Like, oh my God, it's Marshall Falk, it's Marshall Falk. He's a Hall of Famer.
Mm.
You, Mr. Ford? Do you think he's a celebrity?
Yes.
I know, but it wasn't like a knocking down his doors. He first of all, he wasn't letting everybody interview him anyway. So there's that. But I didn't go necessarily looking for him, but um you know what I was, you know who I was all like
Miss
giddy
Whitley.
about? Do you know
You
who
see what
I
Miss
was?
Whitley said, right?
What?
Look at what Miss Whitley said.
We're not impressed.
Yeah, but Miss Whitley, listen, he got that job because he's a celebrity. That's why he
Oh.
got that job.
Russell Haynes said the players were well taken care of at MEAC, even though it wasn't shown that they were well taken care of. So that's good to hear that they
Oh yeah.
were. I wasn't at MEAC Media Day. I know that Kobe said that he wasn't able to get like some entrances of them so that he can get the entrance of the coaches coming in. They were basically already seated. Um, so for me, you know who I got giddy about for SWAC Media Day? Jackson State Tigers.
All right.
Ooh, I was excited, Mr. Ford. I was like, oh my God. I was like, ooh, the Jackson State Tigers are in here. That's who I got hyped about. SU Jaguar said we hired Marshall Falk to recruit local and bring in resources just like Graham did with Hugh Jackson. Marshall is not a celebrity.
That's your opinion.
Prime was still doing NFL and he had reality TV shows. Miss Whitley, said the rest of us don't give a damn, Mr. Ford.
I know, but he is a celebrity.
You not holding him to celebrity standards.
Well, we got to see. Like I said, for me, it's
So do you anticipate that? Well, first of all, Southern had one of the highest attendances in all of FCS. Like I want to
that's
say they were top
perennially.
5 anyway.
Yeah, that's perennial.
Even losing, they had top 5.
Listen, Southern's a blue blood. That winning goes way back. Okay.
I know, but I'm saying like, are you looking to be like top 1 or 2 in all of FCS? Because I can tell you right now, because Southern is going to Jackson State this year, of course, you're going to bring about 40,000. So then I guess you're just going to anticipate next year Jackson State coming to Southern and bringing, and then you guys getting 30 to 35,000.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Miss Whitley said Vic and Coach Deshaun Jackson are celebrities.
Oh yeah. No doubt about it. Listen, Vic would listen, baby. Listen. I want Vic to do well. I was a Vic fan. Vic turned Atlanta, Georgia out. I hope he does well. I hope he gets it together. Because listen, when he left here, I stopped watching the Falcons until the coming of that guy was named Shanahan. He came here, and I just thought he was an outstanding offensive coordinator.
Not the
And
Hall of Fame.
huh?
They said he's a Hall of Famer, but he's not a celebrity, that he walks around campus by himself.
He's still a celebrity.
So, in other words, he doesn't have a security guard.
I guess so.
Shoot. When Jackson State walked in here, they had the 2 students. They had the coach, the GM, the AD, the SID. I don't know if they were drivers or security, but there's probably a culmination of both. So there was at least two security, I don't know, driver, bodyguard. And then they had the media team. There was like 25 people deep. Toes couldn't walk around by himself, could he? Ooh. Unstoppable says, I measure a celebrity when little old ladies know your name and don't even watch football. Are celebrities held to a higher standard in SWAC and MEAC football, Mr. Ford? Are they expected to win faster because they are celebrities and they should be able to recruit more players, better players, and they should be bringing in more resources?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh. I don't think so. Donovan says Mike Vick going to be released after 2026. My
I don't
thinking
believe that.
is they were losing for so long. Like, why would they still had a sellout for that one game, right, Mr. Ford? The
That
Norfolk
homecoming
State
drew
versus
forty-seven
Delaware State.
thousand.
Like, they're not getting ready to do anything.
No, I don't think he'll be fired after, even if. I think they'll do better. I think the fact that he shook up his staff, I think that
At
really
first
helps him.
he was employing, like, his friends, putting his friends on, his brother, bringing in folks. Now I think he's got some experienced folk. Which
Yeah, I
it
think he
sucks to
does
have
too.
to only win one game, and Vic had a show on BET. He had one.
Oh yeah.
So, and that celebrity did not stop him from having a well whooped ass.
No, it didn't.
Okay, we're gonna move on from MEAC Media Day. Y'all folks were clowning in the chat. You guys didn't even want me to finish. They don't want to talk about MEAC Media Day, Mr. Ford.
It's just that the MEAC is just so underdeveloped. It's like somebody said, it's just boring. The lack of imagination, the lack of leadership in the conference office. It's just
And you know what? That is a learning curve. And I'm sure that they will, if if they hire some interns or maybe they get some folks in there that can rejuvenate it. The only big change that I would have to implement immediately for MEAC Media Day is that your players and you have to put that shit on. Like, this is the MEAC Met Gala. Like, you need to
yeah.
be to the T's to the nines when you walk through that door. I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Saying when I walk through. Watch me walk through. Like, that's what type of aura that I want you to have when you're walking through those doors. Every single time. And all 6 teams, not just a couple. Like, when you walk through that door, you need to be acting like it's a fashion shoot. Another thing is, of course, like maximizing the fact that all 6 of your teams are in one place. And you know what? They might have done some things that we don't know about. Maybe some more media coverage. And then, that's all I have to say. That's it.
Well, listen, I haven't spoken to anybody tonight. Did I speak
Yeah,
to Miss
you came. No, you came in like a
Miss
fireball.
Whitley? Hey, Miss Whitley. Hey, Lady T. Is Brandy on?
Yeah, she was on earlier with her fashions.
Okay. Hey, Brandy. Okay. What
Lady
about Miss
T.
Mary?
Miss Mary doesn't like me at no.
Okay,
I
Miss
didn't see. I
Mary.
didn't see Miss
Okay.
Mary.
What about Dr. Kanisha?
She's here in spirit.
Okay, Dr. Kanisha. Please, Dr. Kanisha, could y'all make sure you bring at least 120 pieces to Atlanta on the 29th? And could they do an outstanding show?
Oh, you just asked them so nicely.
Yeah,
Yeah, Miss Whitley, Mr. Ford came in here like a fireball. You wasn't playing.
yeah.
Okay, so are we gonna talk about what we gonna talk about on Thursday, Mr. Ford? We done talked about the
Um,
go-go offense. We done talked about the Gulf Coast offense.
yeah, yeah. We probably could put up some videos because
Oh, and Mr. Ford, they said you are banned from choosing songs for a little while. Did you see that video I put up of
yeah, yeah. So I told you before. I grew up in a small town. Okay, I was born in Albany, Georgia, but I grew up in a small town. Now, listen, let me say this. When I was growing up, cars, most cars only had AM. Okay,
mm-hmm,
in South Georgia, the blacks radio stations were FM. So when we were in our cars, we basically had to listen to white pop, white country.
mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
and I listened to it. And got very familiar with it. Like I tell people, I love Johnny Cash. Okay, I heard Porter Wagner, and then when we get home, and we had the stereo system and the radio systems, and then we could hear a black radio station in Albany called WJIZ. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but when I was maybe 11 or 12 years old, that's when the Linda. Listen, these were the people that were dominant. You old head, you remember this. Linda Ronstadt, Carly Simons, uh, Joni Mitchell. There was a white lady that used to sing, but she used to write for Aretha Franklin. Her last name was King, Carol King. Now, does anybody remember them people? Now, they all 80
Mm.
and 90 years old now, but they was big like in the 70s and in the 80s. And I used to listen to them. And we used to listen to Linda Ronstadt. We didn't have no choice. Like I tell people, they say, "Did you know about the Beatles?" Yeah, not only did I know about the Beatles, I could sing them songs. Because if you got in the car, you turn the radio on, they were playing the Beatles.
Okay, Mr. Ford. Well,
Yeah.
they said that music was terrible. It was awful. It was so awful you made the whole show shut down. It was so awful that I had to put up let me put those faces up again. This is the face they look, Mr. Ford.
Wait a minute, let's see. Oh yeah.
That's the face that folks was making when
Listen,
you had us play that song.
I know. Listen, now when we would get home, my mother played albums, and we would listen to people like Aretha Franklin. That's when you get in the house, Aretha Franklin. My mother loved everything out of Motown. That was Dinah Ross. You remember Smokey Robinson? My mother loved Smokey Robinson. You remember, of course, the Temptations because they still around, and Jerry Butler. That was my mother's music. Ray Charles. See, when I was a little boy, I remember my mother had an album. It was called Ray Charles Sings Country. And you know that the ones that are truthful with you, they will tell you that the greatest country and western singer of all time is Ray Charles. But there was a racial component. They didn't want it to be that it was him because of the racial hostility. But the
Yeah,
ones
the
who are truthful,
auntie said we didn't listen to Linda and Aaron like that. She said that Miss Mac said that she's an auntie and she didn't listen to Linda and Aaron like that. And Miss Mary is in the chat from FAMU.
hey, Miss Mary. Yeah, we listen. Listen, he when I first heard him and saw him on television, it was the Neville brothers. It was a group of brothers from New Orleans, and we would
Mm.
see them on different shows. Yeah, they had a niece that during the late '80s and early '90s, she was one of the top broadcasters, news broadcasters. Her name was Arthel Neville. Anybody ever y'all remember her? That's
We didn't. Yeah.
that's Aaron Neville's niece.
Oh yeah, she said she remembers, but she didn't like them.
Who?
That's how we was all laid out, just looking pitiful when you had us playing that song, Mr. Ford.
Oh, you're talking
I
about
don't know what
oh,
I
that listen, man.
love
Yeah,
you.
we said, listen. I grew up listening to Linda Ronstadt. I remember Aaron Neville, the Neville brothers. They straight out of New Orleans. They had that sound, and like somebody said, he was a big old guy with that voice. And they would, during the late '80s and the '90s, they would come on Oprah Winfrey show and just turn the show out. You know, yeah. Okay, what is somebody say? I'm 58, and MTV played all that stuff. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now MTV comes in. That's in the '80s. Was that early '80s? Because remember when MTV first started, they wouldn't play black music.
Oh,
Do y'all remember that? The first black person they played was Michael Jackson.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah,
What about Oak Ridge Boys, Mr.
I remember
Ford?
Oak Ridge Boys. Yeah, yeah. Now I'm telling you, listen. We had to listen. Okay, on Saturday night, my grandparents would watch a show called The Grand Ole Opry. That was country music coming out of Nashville, Tennessee. We'd watch that with them, and my granddad would watch a old white man. His name was Lawrence Welk. Now he was actually playing jazz. Anybody remember Lawrence Welk? Y'all remember that? That's from way back. His name was
You
Lawrence Welk.
you said that if we don't know Lord Linda Ronstadt, we're YNs.
Yeah, because
You
Linda's
said,
from Linda and them was like 70s and 80s.
well,
Because she's very sick. She's sickly now.
I guess I'm a YN then.
We already established that. Yeah, we already established that. But yeah, yeah. Listen, They had another show that we watched. It was all country music. It was called Buck. It was called Hee Haw. That's what they called it. Hee Haw. Anybody remember that? Hee Haw.
Well, go ahead and hee haw on.
Yeah, anybody remember Hee Haw? It was two guys. One guy was named Buck Owens. The other one was it was Buck Owens and Roy Clark. Anybody remember
I'd
that?
rather listen to Glenn Miller than Lawrence Welk.
Yep, I remember Glenn Miller's was. I heard about him. Now I studied him when I was in college. Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey and them actually was copying black jazz. That's what they were doing. They were copying, like they were copying Duke Ellington, Louis Armstrong. Um, I'm trying to think. One of them played clarinet.
I loved hee haw as a kid. Channels you could only get within the
We watched
antenna.
Hee Haw. We
Watched it
watched Hee Haw.
religiously.
Hee Haw was like Tuesday, Wednesday night. It went maybe 20 years. And then we had what's the other one? Hee Haw. And we had Grand Ole Opry was every Saturday night.
Mhm.
That's what Hee Haw. That's what
Boy,
Grand Ole Opry.
you bringing the folks in the chat back to they days when they was young, like
Yeah,
kids growing
yeah.
up on that
Now when I
stuff.
was really young, anybody remember the Andy Williams show? He used to sing a song called Moon River. Anybody remember that?
Andy
It, it,
Williams, is he
it
a
was called
sheriff?
the Andy. This was like 60.
Was Andy Williams a sheriff?
No, that's Andy Griffith.
Oh,
That was Mayberry. That was a show. Yeah. Now this was a variety show. The guy was named Andy Williams. Somebody said no. Yeah, Andy Williams. And we would listen to him. Let me see who else. Who anybody remember the Sonny and Cher show? The Sonny and Cher. We had to watch that. We'd watch that. Sonny and Cher. You had one show called Tony Orlando and Dawn. Tony was a Hispanic. Dawn was two beautiful black sisters. You never heard of this?
Whitley said, "I'm a YN." Where are you tonight? Why did you leave all of us alone? I have that song. I love that song. I don't
Which
know.
one is it?
Where are you tonight? Why did you leave all of us alone? I don't know.
Who made that?
I don't know, Mr. Ford. All these these older songs.
Yeah, girl, we still listen. Okay, in the summertime, they would run reruns on television. So my mother would cut the television off and we listened to radio. Radio was really big when I was growing up. I mean, really big. Now I don't even really listen to radio that much, if at
Really?
all. No, because when I'm in my car, I Bluetooth my phone. I play what I want to hear.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, like I'll have one of them moments where I want to hear some Earth, Wind and Fire,
Eight
and
track
then
tapes. The song is
oh
off of
yes,
Hee
Lord,
Haw.
eight track tapes. Listen. My mother had 4 or 5 8-track tapes of Al Green, and from about 1971 until that lady burned him, that's all they listened to every Friday and Saturday night was Al Green. Let's Stay Together, uh, Love and Happiness,
Love and
uh,
happiness. I know that
Love and
song.
Happiness.
Love will make you do wrong. Make you
Yes,
do right.
yes.
Yeah.
Man, he had so many. Yes, that music came out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Love
The
and
label was called
happiness.
Stax.
I know that
He
song.
replaced before him, the biggest star of Memphis was a guy named Isaac Hayes. And the teenagers loved Isaac Hayes, the little children loved him, and the adults loved him. His name was Isaac Hayes. Everybody loved Isaac Hayes. He was from the late '60s until into the '70s, because he came out. He won an Academy Award for a song called Shaft. He was something else.
Yeah, but that's why they said that you're grounded from picking songs for a while. You
Yeah, I
can't
saw
compare
somebody say,
singers.
"Don't let me pick no songs." Yeah, because y'all was mad because I picked Linda Ronstadt, huh? I'm trying to tell you,
They
back
said,
in the
what
day,
the is this? What is this?
listen, we would listen to you ever heard of James Taylor? We'd have to
No,
listen to him when we were in the car. White people loved him. His name was James Taylor. He married Carly Simons, I think, and then they got a divorce. But both of them were big time singers. Now
don't
the
don't
one that
forget
you
the
would have loved,
Temptations, Mr. Ford.
huh?
Don't forget the Temptations, Mr.
Oh, I grew
Ford.
up on Temptation. My mother had all their albums. They used to come out with something called the Motown Review, and everybody that was in Motown would have at least a couple of songs on that album. And we grew up on the Temptation. One of the first songs that I learned as a 4 or 5 years old was a song the Temptations made called "My Girl." I learned that as a little small kid. I
BB
wasn't even
King
in
eight
school,
track tapes.
huh?
BB King 8-track tapes.
Oh, my mother would listen to BB King, Lucille, and listen. They would listen to BB King. There was a guy named Bobby Blue Bland, and the other person, the group that my mother and them loved was called Ike and Tina Turner. They loved them people. Oh, they loved. They thought Tina Turner was it, baby.
Mm.
Yes.
My dad had the Parliament and Aretha 8 tracks.
Now, Parliament is my era. That's my teenage years. It was called Parliament Funkadelics. That's George Clinton. You know, George is down in Tallahassee now. He's 82 or 83 years old. He's still performing, and his grandchildren are in charge. In charge of his career. They're his manager, his publicist. Those are his grandchildren.
Johnny Taylor.
Little Johnny Taylor. My mother loved him. Cheaper to Keeper, Disco Lady. Yeah, little Johnny Taylor. He was from Arkansas. He started out as gospel. He was in gospel first. Yeah,
Rio
REO
Speed.
Speedwagon. That's them white folks from the University of Georgia, I think. All of them went to UGA. The B-52s, they were from the University of Georgia.
REO Speedwagon was nice. Who is REO Speedwagon? Flashlight. Flashlight.
Oh, Flashlight was my senior year in
Everybody
high
looks
school.
under the sun. Under the sun.
Listen, Flashlight was put out the same time Rick James put You and I think it was You and I. That's what introduced Rick James to the world.
ZZ Hill.
Yeah,
Who is
ZZ Hill was, wait, I'm trying to think now. He was a white man, right?
I don't know.
I think so.
Mr. Ford, when I tell you I am so out of this is out of my element. Tyrone Davis,
Tyrone Davis came to my
make
hometown.
me funk the P funk, like all this stuff y'all are saying right now in the chat. I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, that's right, baby. That was Parliament Funkadelic. Uh, he tells a story. He says that they were doo-woppers. When Parliament first started, they were out of New Jersey. He said they rode all night to Detroit. And when they sang for Barry Gordy, and if George Clinton was the leader of the group, he asked him, what did he think? And he said, Barry Gordy told him, y'all too ugly for me to push.
Oh, not they're too ugly.
Yeah, that's what he told you. That's why George still hates him today. He said that Barry Gordy told him because Barry was all into crossover. He wanted groups that would appeal to white audiences. And that's what he was all about. That's why the Supremes started out as the Primettes. What we call the Supremes was actually originated and started by Florence Ballard's mother. And they were called the Primettes. When they went to Motown, Barry Gordy changed it from the Primettes to the Supremes. and he took Florence down as the lead singer and made Dinah Ross the lead singer because he said that Ross's voice would be more accepting by white America. Because he was the king of crossover. He wanted to appeal to the white audience.
Blue Nightingale 1988 said she got the worst whipping of my life for singing Easy Coming Out, but it's hard going in. I was told to sing it by an older relative, and I hate her to this day. I don't even know who sang that song.
Ooh, boy.
Miss Mary talking about go on and play Spin That.
Which one?
You can tell Miss Mary is from Miss Mary. Are you in Florida? Talking about playing Spin That. Mr. Ford, do you know that song?
Wait, now what was the name of the song?
Spin That.
I'd
By
have to
Young
hear it.
Miami. I know them kids done
Oh
sang
yeah,
that around you.
listen, yeah,
With
They
all
love
my
listen. They
Shannon.
love young. Listen, they love that
Yeah.
girl. Somebody
Spin
was
That.
fussing about her. Did you hear that? You know, it was India Reed said something about Young Miami. Did you see that?
Yeah, because that song Spin That got really popular. Spin that stuff. Spin that stuff. Spin that stuff.
Yeah, because
Spin that.
Young Miami, when she one of Diddy's girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Young Miami. Yeah.
Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
Miss Mary said go ahead and play that. Oh my goodness. Miss Mary is with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know those badass kids taught you.
Yeah, they love our Young Miami now. Them kids
Uh,
love Young Miami.
they
I
need a
know that
young
for a
Miami
fact.
in them books, right, Mr. Ford?
Huh?
They need a young Miami in those books, right?
Yeah, yeah. Listen, you know they come in August the 3rd. That's my first day with the kids.
Okay. So we're gonna have to do a couple more shows. I can give you that. This
Yeah. Now,
I can
Miss Mary,
definitely
you
give you
now
a
is
couple.
Luke now you in the Luther what they call them Luke Skywalker? Uh what you remember he had a group. What was the group called? Oh man, this was back in the what 90s. Remember Luke Skywalker? He's coaching football now. He had a group, Two Live Crew. You remember that? Uh, Luke Skywalker, Luther Campbell, and the group was called Two Live Crew. That's Miami, Fort Lauderdale, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Ford. Yes.
Yeah. Um, Two Live Crew. They were boy. Yeah, that's '90s music.
They need to spend that time on some homework.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you.
Okay. So we are getting ready to I know that the roster isn't completely updated, but more than likely what we're going to do is we're going to start delving into my She Loves These SWAC quarterback club, and then we have to do the Jackson State positions in terms of like offense, defense. We'll start going through the roster. And are you ready to make some guesstimates on who's going to win what game, or do we need a little bit more time on that, Mr. Ford?
I mean, we can go over it, but we can always change too. Now, yeah, I remember that would be so horny, Uncle Luke, all that. Yeah, man. He was a big supporter of UM football, and also he was a supporter of FAMU football.
Yeah, I
You
remember
remember him, Luke
he
Skywalker?
told Coach Simmons that he needed to
Something.
check
Yeah,
in
yeah.
when he was in
Because I
Miami.
think
He
his
was the
brother
coach
went
at
to
my high
FAMU.
school. Well, Miss Mary said he was the coach at my high school.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You remember he went? It was it Birmingham or somewhere, and he put on a show and they arrested him because they said the show was obscene.
Oh my
What
goodness.
was that? Hey y'all, wasn't that Birmingham? That was in the '90s.
It's
Remember they
amazing
arrested
to
him?
me when he tries to get into politics and stuff, and his claim to fame was pop that coochie.
Yeah, that's right. I
Wow,
remember Pop that coochie. I
baby,
remember that. That was
that is a
big.
180 if
Listen,
I've ever seen one.
I remember you would go to them black college basketball games and they would play Pop That Coochie. That was in the 90s. Yeah, I remember that. They would do that. They had a dance that went with that and everything. That was in
Oh,
the 90s.
oh goodness. And that is why he. Oh, what did you think about that? You know, Trina's going to be opening up at the Orange Blossom Classic, right?
Who is?
Trina.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So Miami.
Yeah. Okay. That's before the game or after the game?
I think it's before. It's like at the Fan Fest.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Remember.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, um, Hopkins. Mr. Ford. Whew. So anyway, yeah, you're on a suspension for a little bit.
Yeah.
This
When
is
I can't
a
pick no music.
absolutely not. If you would have
Oh, yeah.
said Tina Marie, we would have been got with you. If you said Tina
Oh,
Marie,
yeah. I love
yeah,
Tina. Tina Marie was more, she was 80s. Tina
yeah.
Marie's height was when she was with Rick James. What was it? Was it Fire and Desire?
Fire,
Yeah,
take
that's
it.
right. Yes, yeah. All
Yeah.
that was that's early 80s.
Yes. So yeah, we'll be back. So I'm coming back on Thursday. I'm coming back on Saturday. I've been trying to meet my goal of 7,500 watch hours per month. Out on a limb. What's out on a limb? Anyway, yeah. So we will be coming back and we already did the offenses. Do you want to do a defense one? Give me some
Oh yeah.
defenses, Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
Well, give me the name of some defenses.
I mean, I thought we look at defense coordinators and what they run.
Yeah, but you need to give me their defenses so that I could already have the little thing made for them. What type of
You
defenses
know,
is
most of them
football?
gonna come out of that 4-2-5 now. You know that. And then they're
Lord
gonna
have mercy. Can we get some? No, who you said most? Because the new defensive coordinators that I seen, they coming out with that 3-3-5.
who's coming out with a 3-3?
Now, Mr. Ford, you know that those folks are coming out with that three.
They might wait a minute.
Yeah, that's what they've been coming out with. Oh, I rarely see them running the 4-2-5. They do the 3-3-5. Disguising. They said that it's not necessarily a 3-3-5. It's a 3-3 disguised.
Oh, okay.
3-3-5 high across. I don't know what the hell that is.
I
All
know
right.
Clifton Bradley ran the 3-3-5. So did what's his name? He was down at Southern. He's now at Bowie State. He ran it. Um, they called him Big Worm. Dawson Odoms. He ran the 3-3-5, and that was one of the reasons they made him hire Trey Oliver because they got beat to death. They played
So what does Trey Oliver run? 3-4 steel curtain
no
defense.
Trey runs but Trey basically comes 4-2-5. Then he'll disguise it like you say.
46 bear front. Okay.
Oh yeah,
What?
that's Buddy Ryan them. Yep.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
we doing these types of defenses in HBCU football, or are they just naming defenses?
Now most of them, I'm telling you, are gonna run 4-2-5. Now some of
Let's
them will try to run a 3-4, but it's different than say, you remember what was that man's name? He was Earl Campbell's coach. Now he ran a whole a straight 3-4 and it was rough. What was hey somebody, what was Earl Campbell's coach's name at Houston? He wore the cowboy hat.
okay. I got 3-4 steel curtain, 46 bear front, fire
Yeah.
zone.
Hey, somebody, what was
What you got?
Baum Phillips? Now Baum ran a 3-4. Baum ran a straight 3-4 and it was devastating too.
Ooh. 515 Psycher Joker Charlie Strong. What the hell is
Oh, Charlie was good too. You know what? Where's Charlie Strong now? Where, anybody know where's Charlie Strong? Is he in the NFL or is he still in college? I need to look that up.
What is
Mr.
the
Mona, put
51?
Charlie Strong's name in there. See, where's he at?
Is the one a nickel? Is the 515? Who's the one? The
Yeah,
nickel?
well, a nickel is that would be like a 425 or
So who's
yeah, that's a
for
nickel.
515? Who's the one?
I don't
A
know about the
lineman?
5-1. I don't know about 515.
I ain't never seen that before. I
Hey,
don't worship
look up. See,
celebrities.
where's Charlie Strong? Somebody said, okay, Charlie Strong is in Tampa Bay.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers or
Yeah,
just
he's
in
with
Tampa
Todd
Bay?
Bowles then.
Braxton, you ready? Okay, so we're not gonna do 515 Psycho Joker because I've never heard of that before.
No, I never heard it. I don't know
That
that one.
must be on Madden. And I've never seen. I like, you know what I like? I like when they do the little two-step. They do like a little thing where they like circle around, they twist around, and then they end up in their defense. I like that. Looks like they're dancing on the field. It's to confuse the quarterback, of course, and the offensive lineman. They don't know who to cover who. Bum ain't had Jack when he was with the Saints.
That's true.
Now that's a
His best
motherfucker.
years as head coach was when he was with Love You Blue, the Houston Oilers. Those were his best years. He had a his quarterback was named Dan Pastorini.
Is that when Coach E. Rob was there, or Coach
No. That's after.
Chris
No. E.
Dishman?
Rob was there much later.
What about
Uh,
Chris Dishman?
Chris was there later. Chris played for Jerry Glanville. Uh, we're talking about 75, 76, 78, up to about 79. That's Love You Blue. That's Bomb Phillips in Houston. They were really good. That's Earl Campbell, Dan Pastorini. There was a guy from Texas Southern who came from a high school
Doctor
in
Doom, was Doctor Doom there?
yeah, Dr. Doom. That's Brazil.
Yeah, Robert
Yeah,
Brazil.
Robert Brazil. They called him Dr. Doom. Yeah. Doom, Vernon Perry. Vernon Perry was their free safety. He was from Jackson State too. What he did, he went to Canada first and then came back to the Houston Oilers.
That
He was a
Houston
big old
Oilers
DB. His name
team
was
was
Vernon
full
Perry.
of. That Houston Oilers were full of HBCU.
Yeah, they were full. Yeah, they were. They had a guy named Ronnie Coleman. He was Alabama A&M. He was a running. He was the main running back before Earl Campbell got there. It was Ronnie Coleman, Rob Carpenter, Tim Wilson, and Earl Campbell. On the outside, you had that guy was from Texas Southern. Oh, he's deceased. What's his name? He was the truth. He woke up. They called him Double Odd. Oh man, I can't think. He was from Jacksonville, Florida. He wore 00. Kenny Burroughs. That was his name, Kenny Burroughs. He was from Texas Southern. Yeah, he's from Texas Southern.
So, all right. So we'll do some defenses on Thursday.
Okay.
Yep. We'll do defenses on Thursday.
Yep, Billy White Shoes Johnson. That's right. It was Billy, Kenny Burroughs, Mike Renfro. Somebody else was with them too. Oh boy. Ed Sullivan show was every Sunday night. We still love it. Listen, whatever you were doing, you stopped what you did. And it would be my mom, my dad, my sister, all us watched the Ed Sullivan show. That was all my life. That came to an end in 72 or 73. He had cancer and died.
Okay. Okay. All right. I will see you guys on Thursday.
All right. Have a good night. And
Yes, everybody have a good, blessed evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thursday, we will talk about defenses. I don't know what you mean by concepts, Liddell. I don't know what you mean by that. I watched Ed Sullivan show with my grandfather. I guess that's
yeah,
why where we got the
everybody.
love for
It was
big
that
band
was every
from.
Sunday night. Everybody would stop what they doing. It would come on about 8 o'clock every Sunday night. It was the Ed Sullivan Show. He would have Black Acts. He would have everybody. Temptations, Dinah Ross, James Brown, Richard Pryor, Flip Wilson, Red Fox. Everybody would be on his show.
So who's your top 10 right now, Mr. Ford, in HBCU football? You said Jackson State, Prairie View, Alabama State. Who's number 4? North Carolina Central still?
South Carolina State.
Ooh, damn. Then North Carolina Central?
Yeah, then Central.
Okay. Oh,
Let's see who else.
I'm gonna make Mr. Ford's. I'm gonna also do Mr. Ford's top 10. So, Mr. Ford's top 10. Prairie View, Jackson State, Alabama State, South Carolina State. Ooh, they're gonna have something to say about that, Mr. Ford. North
Yeah.
Carolina Central. Then you don't. What do you got? You got Delaware State next or Howard? Who you got next? Sutton,
No, I
FAMU.
got. Wait a minute. What about? Let me see. What we say about? Say Alabama A&M, Alcorn. Where we got them at?
Ooh. So Alcorn would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Alcorn would be 7.
Okay. What about? Let's see what that was.
Somebody said Southern is in the bottom 10.
Yeah, they got to show me first. I got to see. So I can't be.
Not
Southern
the
got to show me
bottom
some.
10.
Southern got to show me.
All right, you got 3 more after you have
Okay.
Jackson
What about
State.
where we got
Prairie.
FAMU in that? Where we got FAM at?
You didn't have FAMU yet. You
Yeah, we
gonna
got to
put them
put
in there?
FAM in there. Got to put FAM in there.
All right, you got 2 more schools.
Okay.
You ain't
Where
got
we got all?
nobody else from the MEAC?
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. I want South Carolina State, Central, Delaware State. If Western ain't could play offense, they could be in mine. But see, they ain't gonna do right. I would
You're
put
talking
Morgan
about
State in
Morgan
there.
State. I know you're
Yeah,
talking
but they
about
ain't gonna do
Morgan
right
State.
because they ain't gonna play no offense.
You forgot about Gremlin, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, put Grambling in there. Put
All right,
Grambling. Where'd you put Grambling?
10. Are you gonna put them above Delaware or FAMU? You got them
Okay,
above.
who we got it? Who we got at 6?
Um, Alabama A&M,
Okay, who we got at 7?
Alcorn State. Then you got
Uh-uh.
FAMU. Then you
Okay, we
got
got
Delaware State and Gremlin.
that's my 10.
Yep, Mr. Ford's top 10.
Okay, all right.
Miss Whitley said no North Carolina A&T.
They pitiful. They're horrible.
Miss Whitley being messy.
Yeah, they horrible.
Mr. Haynes, that's not true. He has 3: South Carolina State, North Carolina Central, and Delaware State. Calvin said North Carolina A&T is definitely the bottom one.
Yeah, they pitiful. That man said today he gonna punish them. Uh, Trey Oliver said he gonna punish them. He gonna basically punish them. You know, the last 2 years he's put 60 points on them, right? You know that, right?
It's I hope that he doesn't do it again.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
Cause see,
that's one of the
they
biggest
destroy. You
rivalries.
know, they never get on here and lie and lie with a straight face. And they gonna be competitive. They gonna be this. Folks ain't gonna do nothing. They destroyed that program.
Well, how do
Yeah,
you
they them need to do
rebuild?
rehab. They need to do rehab.
How do you do a rehab? You bring in a celebrity coach?
Yeah, but no, they need to do rehab and admit that they destroyed A&T's program by pulling them out the MEAC. They destroyed that program.
Man, I can't believe they destroyed the program like that.
Yeah, they and them need to go to rehab and face facts.
Okay, and we'll play bingo too.
Okay.
We'll play bingo too.
Oh yeah.
MEAC and SWAC bingo on Thursday. The great Sam Cooke. All right, y'all. I'm finna get off of here for real. I'll see y'all on Thursday. Y'all
Okay.
have a blessed night.
All right.
Happy Wednesday for y'all tomorrow.
All right.
I've had some good days. I've had some huge.
I've had some good days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. But He is so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world, all you could ever be. He's been so good. But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see. So I'll just say, thank you, Lord.